As the art industry is dominated by an online market presence, I went to check out two Melbourne visual artists keen to keep up the art gallery's momentum.
My name's Deb Taylor. I'm a Melbourne-based artist and I have a studio in North Fitzroy.
Deb started painting since the 1980s. She has seen a fundamental shift in the way people appreciate art, and the future looks grim.
There are less galleries around now, that there has been, an economic effect on galleries. And so that means that there are less places for people to exhibit, and there are less, galleries that are able to take on artists and have them be part of their stable.
13 kilometers away from North Fitzroy, I visited Port Melbourne to check on an art gallery.
Right now we're in the front gallery space of the art facility, which, as you can see, is more of a stockroom. This is where I store and display my artworks and those of the other artists that I represent. So you can see quite a few different artists' work in here.
According to Australia Council for the Arts, Australians spent 22% less on art gallery and museum fees in 2010, while galleries are squeezed by higher rents.
There used to be another gallery down the road. There used to be a couple of galleries in Port Melbourne, but there's none left. The rents are very high, so it's probably a difficult area to make a business in the arts effective. A lot of people have higher expectations of an income than I do, obviously.
Fewer people are visiting galleries to learn about emerging artists, not least by their work. So tough time for commercial art galleries means tough time for visual artists.
There's a huge supply of artists, which leads to a huge demand for galleries to represent those artists, and there's not enough of those galleries because we don't have a massive market in Australia, not like Europe and the United States.
Traditional galleries may be struggling, but at the very top end, a new model is emerging, the online gallery, and it's not all bad news.
As the landscape shifts and there are less opportunities in a bricks and mortar gallery, the online opportunities are changing. So there are online galleries that people can access. But then to me, that's one of those parallel worlds. Somebody that has online success may be a complete and utter unknown to the world where you go through art school, you apply for grants, and you then get picked up by a gallery and, perhaps end up exhibiting in, an international context.
Jennifer has been running her art gallery business for 11 years. She says dealers have to be able to adapt the changing market.
It's not what I prefer. I think you've got to be involved with both. I think the sort of walking in off the street into a gallery now and purchasing art is done a lot less than it used to be. But, I think that you can't have a gallery without having an online presence, a very strong online presence. With the economy, art is the quintessential non-essential. So when people start to look at where their pennies are going, art's not on the top of the list anymore, and so there's this cycle, and it makes it very hard for business people in the arts to have a stable and healthy business. But when it's your passion, when it's coming from your heart and it's not associated with the income earned, it's very hard to place a monetary value on it and 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 monetary value